I got involved in the Nixon-McGovern campaign when Larry O'Brien came to me and said he just felt they hadn't done anything really effective in the campaign. And he asked me if I'd work on some spots. He came to me 10 days before the election, and I produced 5 spots in 2 days for about $7,500. Charlie Guggenheim, who had been producing the McGovern campaign, didn't believe in talking against an opponent. He felt you should just talk about your candidate's positive aspects. Well, I felt that Nixon had more negatives in this campaign than McGovern had positives in terms of what people knew about him.
Well, either way, it won't be a disaster. What am I looking for? I mean, so I'll vote for Nixon. Why rock the boat? I'm not crazy about it. Never was. I gotta decide, though. I gotta make up my mind. I'm not crazy about McGovern either. I don't have that much time. I can't keep people waiting. The fellas are voting Nixon. They expect me to vote for him, too. Me vote for Nixon. My father'd roll over in his grave. The fellas say they are. I don't know. Maybe they're not. Crime? I don't feel safe. Prices up. My gut feeling, don't vote for Nixon. Why am I confused? Who am I measuring McGovern against? Gut feeling, my gut feeling. McGovern. His hand voted for Kennedy. I mean, it's just possible. McGovern's straight. Maybe he can. That's the way.
The dollar? Oh, the dollar was really worth something. I mean, it always gave me a kind of comfortable feeling. The dollar, you know, when you earned a dollar, you had a dollar for what the family needed. And it was looked up to all over the world. It set a standard. You know what they'd say about something strong and solid? They'd say it was sound as a dollar. But it's been changing, hasn't it? I mean, it's just changed. They say it's in trouble internationally. But I don't feel that as much as I feel it's in bad trouble here, right here at home. I mean, besides that it just isn't worth a dollar anymore, I feel as if something else has gone with it. Something really important that used to belong to us, to America. Do you know what I mean?
In this spot, none of the people would read what I had written for them. They all insisted on saying the things that they felt about Richard Nixon.
People have deep feelings about President Nixon.
He's put a ceiling on wages and has done nothing about controlling prices. The rise has been astronomical.
The one thing I knew his last 4 years was that he knew that in some way he would have to please me come this election. And what frightens me is that if he gets in again, he doesn't have to worry about pleasing me anymore.
They were caught in the act of spying and stealing, and they used to go to jail for these things. He's the president and should set an example.
There always seems to be some big deal going on with the Nixon people, a wheat deal or something.
When I think of the White House, I think of it as a syndicate, a crime outfit, as opposed to, you know, a government for people.
All I know is prices keep going up, and he is president.
If you've had a chance for 4 years and can't produce peace, you don't deserve to be reelected. Nixon said it himself.
That's exactly why this is brought to you by the McGovern for President Committee.
In this spot, I had the track all done, and they had hoped to get permission to use a photograph or two, which they couldn't get permission to use. So I said, bring up a bunch of newspapers. And they brought up all these clippings about, all these newspapers with stories about the Watergate business. And we just quickly, in an hour or so, cut them apart and just put them down and did this spot.
This is about the government. This is about credibility. This is about electronics. This is about bugging. This is about spying. This is about thievery. This is about espionage. This is about lying. This is about payoffs. This is about contradiction. This is about special deals. This is about falsification. This is about testimony. This is about weak deals. This is about hiding. This is about dishonesty. This is about sabotage. This is about secrecy. This is about stealing. This is about hidden funds. This is about deception. This is about the White House. And this is how you stop it. With your vote.
And Larry O'Brien loved all these spots and could only get them to run the voting booth and the press one. My feeling is that politics is a fight. Joe Napolitan says it's a game, but I see it as a fight because I think two people are spending a huge amount of money to defeat each other. Take all the words, to beat the opponent, to defeat the opponent, who won. You know, there are all these words that are used. And I feel that it's almost like the prize fight. People like a good, clean fight. They will applaud a good, hard, clean fight. Even if someone's hitting someone hard, as long as it's fair. They will boo an unfair fight. If someone's hitting below the belt, they will boo that. And they will also boo if there's no fight going on, if they're just dancing around. I see it very much like a fight.